Welcome back to another episode of The Natty Teacher. I am, of course, your host. Who else but The Natty Teacher? And today, we got a push session, our push A session. So what does that look like? Well, we're going to get in there, of course, get nice and warmed up, ready to rock and roll, do some band work, good mobility work, get the body ready to rock and roll, do our warm-up sets, and we will build up to our top and back off sets of our first movement, which will be low incline Smith machine press. We went heavy last week. That is still the plan-ish. Here's what I mean. In one of my previous uploads, and this video actually might have got deleted because I am kind of behind with uploads. I've been doing like one video a week right now, so I apologize. Again, just getting back into school, getting back into the swing of things. We had students this past week. Life has definitely gotten hectic again, for a lack of better terms. So trying to get all my ducks in order, get my podcast recorded and all that kind of fun jazz, which I'm super excited about. So hopefully by the time this video comes out, I'll either have it recorded or it will be recorded very shortly after this video comes out to you guys, because I'd like to do a couple uploads this weekend. But regardless, keep an eye out for that. The Natty Teachings. I'll be uploading it on Spotify and Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, and also I might export them as YouTube videos. I'm not sure yet. I'll probably just do it on those channels and put a link in my description or something so you guys can go watch those and listen to them and all that kind of fun jazz. They're really just talking about natural bodybuilding related topics, training, diet things, but really these first couple episodes are just going to be based off of questions that I have saved. So I put a couple posts out on TikTok and Instagram and got some good feedback and got quite a few questions. So I'm going to kind of split those unless I can fit them all in one. I'm really trying to keep them to half-hour episodes or below. So if I can fit them all in one, great. If not, we'll split it into 2 episodes. So, yeah. Anyways, getting off track here. For the push session at hand, today, again, after mobility work, low incline Smith will be our first exercise. Then we have a flat machine chest press after that. After our flat machine chest press, we will move into pec deck. So front loading all of that chest work, guys. That is kind of how I like to do things. That's just me. You absolutely don't have to do that. You can mix in some delt work or tricep work towards the beginning of your workout if that's what you want to do. For me, I really like to front load, that big body part. That is the biggest body part in my push session that I'm going to be working today. So in my mind, it's okay, if that's going to be the biggest body part, let's front load all that work and then move into some of the smaller stuff afterwards. That's just how my mind works. You don't have to do it like that. That's just how I work. After pec deck, we have a machine shoulder press. Okay. After machine shoulder press, we have some cable side laterals. So you can see the order here. We're literally going chest, front delt, side delt, and then we have triceps. So after our cable side laterals, then we move into a flat Smith JM press. After our flat Smith JM press, I gotta actually kind of work on my range of motion there. I feel like I've been coming a little bit too deep. I have really long arms, which is an advantage and a disadvantage because I feel like I have pretty decent sized arms, but they've taken me a while to fill out for sure. So on movements that have really deep ranges of motion, I gotta be a little bit more cautious. You know what I mean? And going too far and putting a little bit too much torque on the elbows. We'll see though. We'll see how things are feeling. So we'll have our flat Smith JM press, and then we have some cable overhead tricep extensions after that, and then that's it. That is the session for today. Nothing super crazy, but it is gonna be a great session for sure. So the nice thing is I love this session because, again, I'm trying to keep everything closer to 10 to 12 reps. It's definitely a difference for me. I've only been doing this now for a couple weeks, within this training block. So essentially how I have it is my push A session, all of my big compound movements and pressing movements and what have you, those are more towards, again, 10 to 12. And then in my push B session, where I'm using a little bit more free weights and heavier movements like a dip or whatever, those I actually keep closer to for both the top and back off set, closer to 6 to 8 reps. That's so that's my heavier pressing day for and I don't know why I did that. It's definitely heavier pressing day. So yeah. But like I said, last week, and this is a video you guys would not have seen because, again, I'm way behind on my uploads. And so when I get way behind, I tend to just delete old footage just to keep you guys up to date with where I'm at currently and what my physique looks like, where my strength is at, whatever. So you wouldn't see that video anyways. But I did, for low incline Smith, I did 2 1/4 plates on an incline for 6. So I was happy with that because I had never done that many reps with that weight before. And looking back at the footage, I should have just kept the clip, honestly, because it was a good clip. I could have at least put that one on there. But looking back at the footage, like the control was pretty dang good as well. Like it wasn't just like slamming off my chest. You know, the eccentric was controlled. Like everything was solid. So yeah, but anyways, yeah, man. So it was a good set, but again, only getting 6. It's like, okay, like it was my first time doing low incline press in a while, because I'd just been doing regular incline, but I just felt like it was getting way too much shoulders for, you know, for how high of an incline I had it. And so I'm like, okay, well, why don't we just lower the incline a little bit, which is going to give me naturally a little bit more strength, because it is, you know, we're using a bigger muscle, more of a bigger muscle group like chest to help really push that weight up. So definitely felt stronger, quite a bit stronger. But with that also came like, okay, like if we're trying to get 10, like I need to lighten the load a little bit here. Like let's, you know, drop it 15, 20 pounds and see if we can't maybe get that for 10. You know, because my back offset was for 10, but I should be able to go heavier than that back offset just purely based on the fact that that was my back offset. You know what I mean? So like there's no reason I shouldn't be able to go heavier than that. You know, for my top set for 10. So that's the goal. So we'll see. The plan right now for 10, I've never done 2 plates at 10 and a 5 on each side for 10 on low incline. Whether I was doing like soft pause reps or, you know, like constant tension, you know, kind of more like touch and go type reps, not slam and go, touch and go. So the goal would be 2 plates at 10 and a 5 for a touch and go set of 10. I've never hit that for 10, so I'd be really happy with that. And then we'll obviously slowly, if it goes for a smooth 10, we'll increase from there. If I get it for 8 or 9 or whatever, then we'll stay with that weight until we comfortably hit that for 10. I'm pretty confident that we'll get it for 10 though. Again, we're gonna get it for 10. We'll see though. Actually, you're gonna find out in like 5 seconds. Here you go. Top set of low incline press coming at you right about now. All right, so to get us started here, we got a low incline Smith press. I've been leading with pressing, so I make sure I get a lot of good warming up and mobility work in before this, like I talked about in my intro already. But this video was actually filmed like a little over a week ago. So, hey, phenomenal stuff, guys. Again, make sure we're controlling the weight enough. We don't need to go super slow. If you want to, you absolutely can. Trust me, I've played with both for a while, but I found for me kind of sticking with more of that touch and go, just, you know, come down, touch the chest. Don't bang it off the chest. There's a big difference between, you know, just bouncing it off the chest and touching the chest. So bringing it down, touching the chest, and coming back up has been really good for me. Ended up hitting, what is this, 2 plates of 10 and a 5 on there for 11, and then we went down to 2 plates and a 5 and hit that for 12 or 13, one of the two. I think 12, maybe 13 though. But yeah, it felt really good. Then went up in weight for and our chest press here is either 2.5 pounds or 5 pounds. I think it was 2.5 pounds. We were able to still hit a set of 10 here, which was really good. So I was super happy with that. And again, really getting that big stretch on the way back here. You'll see it right here, really getting that big full stretch, making sure we're putting a ton of tension into that chest. You can see my chest really being elevated and filled up with blood each rep there. Then we got our pec deck using the D handles. I will say this, my current pec deck, it's something I might have to play with here a little bit. I noticed when I touch my hands together, absolutely, I think that's a great thing to do because you're getting that good full range of motion. The only thing that I've noticed with my pec deck is that, I don't know if I feel like when I get to the real front part of this movement, I feel like my front delts take over maybe a little bit. I don't know. I might play with, you know, just stopping the handles just short of touching each other. See if I can get a little bit more tension in the chest. I don't know. What I've been doing seems to be working. I don't really want to play with too much. So yeah, but anyways, this was our top set of pec deck here, and felt really good. Felt strong in this session for sure. Yeah. So then we had some machine side laterals here. See, getting going, making sure that we're bringing those elbows down just below 90 degrees, bringing them all the way down, pushing up. I got a wide grip here, so those elbows are not overly tucked. They're tucked a little bit, but not overly tucked. And I feel like this, for me at least, I have very long arms. So this feels really good and putting a lot of tension. You know, feels really good in putting a lot of tension in the front delts. So felt really good. Again, was able to add weight and rep match. So that's what we want to do right now in the off season. Then This one we were able to add a rep. We got our incline Smith JM press. So again, you can really see, keeping those elbows definitely in a more flared position, not overly tucked, but at the same time, we don't have them completely flared out like a guillotine press or something like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's a great movement. But for this one, we do have the elbows flared, but still tucked enough to where we're putting a ton of tension on the triceps. We were able to hit this for a solid 10, so I was very happy with that. And so this is a movement we will be officially going up on here when we do it next. So just 5 pounds though. Excuse me. You'll see here, watch right here, my hand comes down quick. My right elbow still was giving me just a little bit of an issue in this session. Just kind of was getting caught there a little bit. But we do have some single arm overhead extensions. Feels really good. I'm actually just about to potentially, I haven't decided yet, I'll know by tomorrow, but potentially enter into a devolume week, because I have this video was at the beginning of my 5th heavy training week. So I have, I'm at the end of my 5th heavy training week right now when I'm doing this voiceover. So usually I'll either do 5 or 6 weeks in a row before I deload and devolume. So we're going to see how I'm feeling in the next day or so, and I'll decide if I want to train one more heavy week or if I want to throw in a devolume. We'll see. But I think it'd be good for my joints. My elbow is feeling better though, so that's good. So see you in the outro. Push a session in the books, as I'm going over some bumps there, sorry. Well, phenomenal stuff, guys. Awesome training session. Just absolutely phenomenal. Not much more I can really say. You guys know me, I like to rant and rave about random stuff. Honestly, it's just an awesome session. Really connected with the target muscles really well. Chest felt super strong. Pressing felt super strong. I was super stoked about that. Again, I was trying to hit on my Smith. I know that my bar, by the way, on my Smith is not like a Cybex, because I looked it up online. I know the bar at least weighs no less than 25 pounds. So I know that a lot of Smith machines, the bar weighs only like 5 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, it's essentially nothing. I know that our bar, because I literally looked up like earlier when I had first gotten to that gym. I'm like, all right, well, I need to check this weight of this bar so I can kind of calculate out, like what I'm looking at here. And sure enough, I just typed in the serial number, or like the exact number, and it was, I believe, a 25-pound bar, if I'm not mistaken. So got a little, it's got a little oomph to it. Obviously, 25 pounds on a bar is, when it's distributed like that, is very light. But it's something, you know what I mean? It is still something to kind of take into account compared to like a Cybex, that maybe weighs 20 pounds lighter. And so that means like, okay, well, that means I'd be adding 20 more pounds to, some of my other presses and matching reps kind of thing. So that's how I kind of like to look at it. I don't know if that's super accurate. It probably isn't, but regardless, I do take it into account, that it is weighted like that. So, but yeah, I was going for 10 reps with 2 plates of 10 out of 5 on that low incline press. Ended up hitting 11. I was super stoked about that. Dropped down to 2 plates and a 5 for my second set. Ended up hitting that for 12. So I was like, dang, strength is strengthened right now. Really digging those touch and go reps. Again, please know there is a difference between touch and go and like smash and go. We are not allowing the bar to come down and smash off of our chest. We are just keeping a lot of tension on the chest, keeping those presses moving, not locking out super hard at the top and going from there. That's just, what I've been doing the last little bit now. And I've been really taking it for my chest, for sure. So, anyways, yeah. Get over the road. I was like, what are you doing, dude? Guys started driving right in my lane. Holy smokes. It's crazy. Dude, I'll tell you, Michigan drivers, I'm not kidding. I don't know if it's just like a, every state thing. I don't know if you guys have noticed in like so many of my outros, I feel like on a daily basis, I have at least one, not like me personally, but like I observe at least one driver that is doing something that just makes absolutely no sense. Like crossing over lines, going 15 under the speed limit, slamming on the brakes for no reason, I don't know, trying to pass somebody and almost running into oncoming traffic. I saw that yesterday. Guy tried to pass 2 cars and oncoming traffic was literally like 40 feet in front of him in the other lane. He had to like come back into the other lane. I was like, not me, like I was going the other way. I got past him and I saw it in my rear view. I'm like, what are you doing? I don't know. Michigan and Florida drivers are the worst drivers that I've found so far. California was up there too, but I think it was just because of how many drivers there were. Like when I was at my, when my wife and I were on our honeymoon, years ago now, that was really bad too. Like they were just really aggressive and they were just all over the place. Just no turn signals, just like doing whatever they wanted out there. So It was a little bit different, but regardless, yeah, man. Phenomenal stuff. I just pulled into the house, so I am gonna go because we're closing up my pool. My dad's already over, so I'm 3 meals in. Got 3 more and a little off-plan meal. Either today or tomorrow. It'll be one of the two. We'll have an off-plan meal because it's been over a week. Actually, no, it's been a couple weeks. I had a few little off-plan snacks here and there, but never an off-plan meal. I think the last 2 weeks or so. So yeah, that'll be fun if we do that. But if you haven't subscribed, please do so, guys. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the continued growth of the channel. So thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. If you have any comments or questions, feedback, anything like that for me, drop them down in the comment section below. When I see them, I absolutely will respond to them. And yeah, if you liked the video, give it a like. If you really liked it, give it a share. That'd be awesome. Let your friends know about the Natty Teacher. Guys, above everything else, God bless. Have an awesome Labor Day weekend, or hopefully you did. This video will be uploaded either late that weekend or after. So hopefully you had a very safe, happy, healthy Labor Day weekend. And other than that, guys, hey, I will catch you guys on the next one, because this episode of Road to Natty Pro, Road to the Show in 2026 is out. My dad's standing over there. Catch you in the next one.